What's up, everybody? You were tuned in to the Cris
Ammo.
podcast, episode 150, Takeover Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Whatever you're doing, you're at work, you're at home, whatever you're doing. We appreciate you tuning into the show tonight. For all you guys on the East Coast, I know it's late. We appreciate you for tuning in. Also, if you're listening on the playback or watching on the playback, we appreciate you too. Leave a like, share it, like it, do all that good stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section. We got a lot of things to talk about. NBA topics, NFL topics, some little bit of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of everything today. Of course, Maul's random news. So we got some things to speak on. So before we do that, Maul, how you doing, man? How you feel?
Feeling good, man. You know what I mean? Can't complain. Had a good day at work. You know what I mean? Got some grub in me. Feeling good. Ready for the pod, man. How about you? How we feeling?
Same. Wednesdays on my Monday, so but I'm cool.
That's cool.
Chill.
That's cool. Cool. 1 day down, 4 more to go for you. 3 more for me.
Yeah. Well, technically, because I'm.
Oh yeah, you got the day. This guy. He took a little extra day.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not committed. Not committed at all.
Wow. Not committed. All right, man. Let's talk about Mr. Mel Kiper and his mock draft.
Mm-hmm.
Pull this up. Okay, so he put out a mock draft yesterday. Mel always puts out his mock drafts. This is his time. This is where Mel shines. You know what I'm saying? Always around this time. Get about 100 mock drafts. He'll probably do one where he just regular, and then he'll do the ones where he actually does like trades and stuff like that. So he actually has a show with Phil Yates too. That they like kind of do their little thing where they go back and forth on picks and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool show.
Yep.
But let's just go through this, man. At number 1 Tennessee, he got Abdul Carter. Now this is interesting because there has been a report that Abdul Carter might need surgery.
Yeah.
So I don't
How do
know.
you think
He
he'll face
might.
that?
Well, they said it's a mixed bag. So depending on if he takes the surgery, they said that he probably won't do this weekend's drills, which I didn't expect him to do them anyway because he was solidified top 3, top 5 pick. So I didn't expect him to be doing anything, no 40 time or anything this week. I thought he was going to do the pro day. So I think they said that he could do his pro day. So maybe he just, maybe he waits it out. But if he needs surgery, then I think he has to wait till training camp or whatever. And you just got to kind of hope and pray that he's healthy enough by training camp. So I don't know how much is
that.
I would imagine so. I think it depends on how teams are going to be talking to his doctors if he is get the surgery. Now, if he doesn't get the surgery, they will be in close contact with Abdul Carter, probably checking on him every day. Hey man, you good? You know what I'm saying? So you never know. So they definitely gonna be checking on him. So I don't know. This might drop him though a little bit. Might drop him a little bit.
I think
Cleveland.
now go ahead. I'll go. Keep going.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick though, like obviously I think it really all obtains to what Tennessee really wants to do. If they're not happy at as far as like who the quarterbacks are, if they're not a fan of Cam Ward, if they're not a fan of Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart, and they decide to maybe decide to give Will Levis another shot and maybe give him another chance and maybe take their talents into next year's draft with quarterbacks. I think that people are a little bit more highly favorable on. Maybe they just take Abdul Carter regardless, or Travis Hunter. You know what I mean? I think this may put Travis Hunter back in the contention for being the number 1 overall pick.
Or maybe they bump it. We'll just take Cam Ward. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe
they could do that too. Yeah, they could. Yeah.
So he's got Cleveland taking Cam Ward. Honestly, I don't see this happening. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I don't see this because I don't think Cam is going to give them any problems. I think he'll report. He'll show up to Cleveland and he'll play football. I That's not a question. I don't know. This situation is going to be a weird situation. Drop a rookie in, you got the ghost of Deshaun Watson hovering over this rookie, and it's just I don't know if you want to do that. I think you want to get rid of Deshaun Watson first before you bring in a young quarterback into this organization. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's just me.
No, I agree with you. I think the Brown situation is more fit for like a veteran quarterback, like a
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins. Like I could see that. I could see this being a situation where maybe the Cleveland Browns maybe trade back. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
a team like the Jets, a team like the Raiders, who might, let's say Tennessee still picks up Dual Carter. Let's say he does have the stress reaction, but all signs point that he's going to be healthy going into next season. Yeah, he may have to
Mm-hmm.
sit out for a couple mini camps and stuff like that. No one's really going to be tripping about that as long as he's ready for training camp and able to play game one. I think Tennessee will still highly take Abdul Carter, and then the Browns can trade back, get some assets. I think that's going to be. I think their future is more important than currently right now. I don't think this team is meant for a rookie quarterback, especially. I agree with you that Deshaun Watson, dark cloud over him. You know what I mean? You kind of don't want that. You kind of want to just have a veteran in that spot until the whole Deshaun Watson thing gets, resolved, whether it's him
Mm-hmm.
being able to come back to play or, they can finally get off of his contract. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you to trade back. They need more, they need to accumulate some picks and get some more talent up in there. So they got the New York. He got the New York Giants taking Travis Hunter. I'm not mad at this, especially since Hunter is coming in as a DB. He has officially stated that he is coming in as a DB. So you solidify your corner position, and you got somebody who can you can move around on offense. You can put in some packages with him and Malik Neighbors, and maybe a veteran wide receiver come in and play with all three of those guys. Three receiver sets, four receiver sets. You can put Travis Hunter in some of those packages with Malik Neighbors and have an explosive offense. So now it's going to be interesting to see who plays quarterback with them. Is it Matthew Stafford? I know he's in trade talks with New York, also with the Vegas Raiders. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But is it Sam Darnold? Is it one of those guys? Is it maybe Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. But you bring in Travis, like I said, you bring in Travis Hunter. He's going to solidify your corner position, and you could possibly bring in a veteran corner opposite of him too. So that's
No,
my thinking.
no, I agree with you. And what up, Mark? I saw that. I want to salute you. You know what I mean? Shout you out. No, I totally agree with you. I think I could definitely see this being the pick where Travis Hunter goes. Obviously, I agree with you. Obviously, the quarterback is one of their biggest questions right here. But if you can get a top tier cornerback, to help that defense, I like their defensive line. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you add Travis Hunter to that, it obviously will help that defensive line being able to give them a little bit more time to get to the quarterback. I think it's a win-win. So I totally do like this pick for the Giants.
Yeah, me too. Uh, Will Campbell to the New England Patriots. I'm not mad at this. They need an offensive line to protect their young quarterback and Drake May. We saw some flashes in Drake May. I expect him to take it into year two. Um, and starting off in the season, you get the best offensive lineman in the draft at left tackle. Will Campbell, he's a dog.
Yep.
This is a no brainer to me.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Jacksonville getting Mason Graham. I'm not mad at this one either. You put him with Trayvon Walker. You get a guy who can rush the passer. And they need some dogs on the defensive line. I just think the offense will be fine. I think that, you already got Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe you get another wide receiver and a couple of wide receivers probably because you don't know what you're going to do with Christian Kirk. He'll probably get cut because of his cap hit and his injury history. Um, but Mason Graham in the middle with Trayvon Walker, that's gonna be a nice little tandem right there. So
No, yeah, that I agree with you on that one too. Like I think the Patriots pick and the Jaguars pick I think are easy picks.
he's got the Raiders picking Ashton Genty. I think in this scenario, it's going to be interesting if because at this point right here, Shador Sanders is sitting right there. So if the Raiders are not going with a veteran present by this time, let's say they don't trade for Stafford, let's say they don't bring in, I know you don't want to hear this, but a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers.
That's not happening.
So 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 does the Vegas Raiders say we need to get the guy of our future? So instead of getting Genty, because this is a deep running back class, do you just say bump it? We get Shador Sanders at 7, and get a running back in the second or third round. I personally, if I'm the Raiders, I'm taking Shador Sanders. I'm not taking Genty right here. If he's sitting, if Sanders is here, I'm not taking Genty. I love Genty, but I'm not taking Genty over Sanders. So that's just me. I don't know how you feel, but
obviously, I think it all comes down to the situation on what the Matthew Stafford situation is. If they get Matthew Stafford, I could definitely see the Ashton Genty pick being something that they'll do, or maybe McMillan from Arizona. I could see that situation as well too. But I totally agree with you. I think if that situation with Matthew Stafford gets resolved with the Rams, it's Shador Sanders, bro. I don't know. I get it that he's just putting it there because I think there's still some question marks as far as like whether they're going to go veteran, whether they're going to go rookie. Are they trying to be in a win now mode or just be, work towards the future? As far as Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, you can kick those names off the side of a cliff. That shit shouldn't even be coming out of the lips of any Raider person because no one wants to hear that as far as like Raider Nation. It's either Shador Sanders, Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, or one of those three. I think it's one of those three quarterbacks will be our quarterback going into next year. And as I said, it all just depends on how the dominoes fall.
Yeah, for sure. Then he has the Giants taking Shador Sanders. So he has them dropping to 7 to the New York Jets. I mean the Jets, my bad. The Jets. If this happens for the Jets, this is a godsend for the Jets.
Yo, facts, bro. Facts.
This will be the best news that the Jets have gotten in a long time. If y'all get Shador Sanders, y'all gonna be set for the next, I don't know how many years. As long as he stay healthy, y'all got your quarterback of the future. Y'all got to just get offensive line to help him out.
Nah, for real. Garrett Wilson will be really happy. I'll say this though: if y'all get Shador Sanders and we don't have Sam Darnold or Matthew Stafford, that live that we're doing for the draft, tune in because my screen will go black because I'm about to be punching my fucking camera off this goddamn computer screen. Tune in. It could be an exciting night for y'all pleasure. For me, being miserable again, but I don't think the Raiders are going to be that dumb. But I agree with you. If Shador Sanders were to happen to fall to the Jets, I think Jets fans should be celebrating because they got them one. You know what I mean? I know there's been a lot of stuff talked about Shador Sanders and him not throwing and all this other type of stuff, but we got to remember, man, this guy was amazing for what he had to go through with a terrible offensive line, no running game. Defense was, we all know, subpar. So for what he was capable of doing, I think he'll be good. But yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, for sure. Carolina, Jalen Walker, not mad at this pick. They need some more juice on that. Yeah,
love that pick.
Yeah, they need some more juice on that defensive line. He's a beast. He probably play outside linebacker, but he's a beast. He's going to be a sack master. I'm not mad at that because I think the offense is going to be fine. I don't know if they bring in Adam Thielen back. Maybe they have, hope for Xavier Lake. Maybe Xavier Lake have a better second year, work on them hands a little bit, but have a better second year. Jalen Coker, he shows some flashes too. But maybe they bring in another veteran that's maybe a little bit younger. Maybe they try to throw a bag at Chris Godwin or something like that. So, this is definitely a good spot, but I wouldn't be mad at what's his name, Terrion. I wouldn't be mad at the wide receiver either. So,
Carolina could be one of the more surprising teams going into next year. I love the way Bryce Young was playing at the end of the year. Everybody knows I'm rooting for Bryce Young to succeed, and I was really hyped for that team to look really good. There was a lot of games, including against your Chiefs, that the Carolina Panthers could have easily won that game, man. They looked very, very impressive. You add a couple defensive pieces to that, another weapon, man, maybe even another running back on this team. I'm not mad, especially with the whole situation with Brooks and his knee situation. Obviously, he's going to be out another year. I do love Chuba Hubbard, but you don't mind having like at least like another backup running back. Maybe they look in the free agency for that as well. But hey, Carolina Panthers, man, it could be a little sneaky team next year, man, for real.
Yeah, for sure. He's got the New Orleans Saints drafting Tyler Warren. He's that dude's a beast. Now they are bringing back your boy Derek Carr. They've already said that they're bringing him back. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but you better draft another quarterback in the second round.
I really don't like this pick though. I don't know why they would. I'm not. This is not has anything to do with Tyler Warren. I just don't think that's just what they need though. They don't need that right now. I would prefer them getting like Josh Simmons or a Will Johnson or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I would prefer them look at other especially like you got Will Johnson sitting right there. I think he's going to be a really great cornerback. You just got rid of Marshawn Lattimore. Just get the young kid, man. Put him in there. Then you just, I think you need to get young on that defensive side. You know what I mean? Like I think the offense, you got Chris Olave. I think Alvin Kamara is still a serviceable running back. I think he can still be a top 10 running back. Derek Carr, we all know Derek Carr is a hot and cold kind of quarterback. You know what I mean? You get the best of the best with him, where sometimes he looks like he could be a top 5 quarterback. And you got some reasons, man, where it's just like Zach Wilson looks better than him. So, it's just one of those things. But this Tyler Warren pick, I don't get it. I don't like that pick for them.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you saying that. I personally, I think they probably should add on that defensive line, or maybe get an offensive lineman. So I'm not mad at you saying that. They got Chicago Bears getting Josh Simmons. Was was understood doesn't need to be said.
You can keep going. That's enough.
San Francisco getting Will Johnson. This would be a great pick for the San Francisco 49ers, especially if they lose Charvarius Ward in free agency. They just re-signed DeMore Lenore. So you got your corner that's locked up, and you get a young stud at Will Johnson. Defense is going to be nice.
Yo, San Francisco, if this happens for San Francisco, hey, they got them another one, bro. Because, bro, Will Johnson, I love Will Johnson. I think he's going to be nice. He's going to be the truth.
I got the Dallas Cowboys drafted North Carolina, Marion Hampton. This dude is a beast.
I love this pick.
I'm gonna say this. Genty's number one. Marion Hampton is not too far away.
No, he's not.
It's like 1A, 1B almost, bro. Like Marion Hampton is a beast, dog.
Low key, man. I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. I apologize. With his assets, bro, Marion Hampton could probably be the better professional running back. Like he could potentially be better than Ashton Genty. Not saying Ashton Genty's not going to be really good, but Marion Hampton could be the better one of the two as far as professional.
He's a home run hitter, and I'm tell you right now, you get Marion Hampton, he's going to leave all that pressure off of Dak Prescott. For sure. So this would be. And I told Primo this at work the other day. I said, Amari, I want Genty. I want the best. I said, Amari Hampton, man, I'm telling you, do not be mad at that.
Nah.
So all I'm going to say.
He nice, man. He nice. He's not, I agree with you. He's not too far off from Genty, bro. It's just Genty had an amazing year. But Amari Hampton's been one of the ones for a couple years now.
Yeah, man. Armand Membu out of Missouri, offensive tackle, offensive guard. He'll probably play guard in the NFL. Really good guard. Did really good with Mizzou. This will be a good pick for Miami. They need some help on that offensive line. Probably need, I wouldn't be mad if somebody said they need some help on the defensive side, but you never can go wrong with offensive line. So I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not mad at it at all. Especially, as long as Tua is going to be your quarterback, invest in the O-line. Make sure you protect him at all costs. You already got all the weapons, so it's not like you need to add anything as far as the weapon side. Maybe on the defensive side, but you can do that, you know what I mean, in the second round, third round. As I said, this round is deep for a lot of maybe not star potential, but starter potential, I think, is there. So I think you'll be fine. Invest in the O-line. Protect your asset. Tua is your asset. Protect him at all costs. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. We got Malik Starks, safety out of Georgia. Colts, they need help on that defense, especially in that secondary. So I'm not mad at them taking Malachi Starks. Dude is a beast. He's a ball hawking safety. He can get picks for them. So, yeah, most definitely, this is a good pick.
You know what? I'm gonna do something crazy right now. I low-key think the Indianapolis Colts could be the Falcons of last year. I could see them maybe if they fall in love with a Jackson Dart, be like, you know what? Let's just try it out. You know what I mean? Especially with their front office and their ownership, bro. I could just low-key see that because especially everything that's been going on with Anthony Richardson, him quitting, him getting tired and all that type of stuff, and the inconsistencies in his passing and reading defenses and stuff like that. I would not be surprised if the Indianapolis Colts try to pull like a Atlanta Falcons at this pick. I really do.
Well, it's interesting that you said that because they do have that report today that Anthony Richardson will be competing for the starting job with another quarterback.
There you go. And I didn't even know anything about that. I didn't even know nothing about that. So, hey, man, just call me Maul. Just call me Nostradamus, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Don't be surprised, bro. When all of our jaws just drop and they be like, wow, they really did it. They really did that. You know what I mean?
If that happens, Anthony Richards is gonna ask for a trade.
Yeah, he can ask for it. Don't mean they're gonna grant it. Unless they get the assets for that. There could be a situation where maybe one of these teams who are looking for the quarterback, they're not really happy with anything that's left over. They could probably trade Anthony Richardson for maybe a 2, maybe a 3 or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. Atlanta Falcons getting Mike Green, outside linebacker from Marshall. He's a pass rushing type defensive lineman. I'm not mad at it. They need pass rush. They need all the pass rush they can get. They should be on the phone with Cleveland right now trying to get Myles Garrett. Don't be surprised if Josh Sweat gets overpaid in Atlanta.
A couple other players too. Yeah, there's been a lot of players getting trade requests. So.
I'm just saying, there's gonna be. Don't be surprised Josh Sweat gets the bag from Atlanta. So, but this will be a good pick too. They need a pass rush. So
yeah, we all talked about how they should have probably did this last year, but hey, man, you know what? I think their pick with Michael Penix kind of played out in the right way. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins didn't really look too good. Maybe that was one of their thinkings where they just didn't trust his leg. Like, you know what I mean? So, hey, man, Falcons kind of maybe outsmarted all of us that day. So, hey, Mike Green, I like the pick.
Yeah, for sure. Shamir Stewart. Now, this kid is very talented, and I'm not mad at Atlanta getting defense. They need defense. Personally, I think I would have took Michael Williams at this spot. I think Michael is just a little bit more seat. I think Shamir Stewart has all the tools, but it just never showed up at Texas A&M.
Yeah,
like he didn't have the sacks. He only had like 1 sack, but when he was at the East-West Shrine Bowl, he was smoking everybody. And don't be surprised in Combine, he's going to look like a physical freak out there. It's going to be almost like Trayvon Walker type. That's why Trayvon Walker became the number 1 overall pick in that draft, because he was so big, but he was an athlete. So maybe I can see Arizona fall in love with this kid and Jonathan Gammon, who's the defensive minded coach. You can see something in this kid and be like, I can get the best out of him, which I'm not mad at, because he has tremendous upside. But Michael Williams, I think, is just more seasoned. I think you don't have to worry about it. You could just insert him in, and I think he's going to be a double sack type dude.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like the Shamar Stewart pick gives me a lot of Tyree Wilson vibes. You know what I mean? Like what the Raiders did. Obviously, I don't think he's coming off a foot injury issue, but again, it's more of a situation where it's ceiling high type of a prospect where he does need some development and all that, but the ceiling, like if everything comes together, he could be really, really good. So I agree with you. I guess it's just a matter of how you feel, how pro days go, how conversations go, combine goes, and between Mikael Williams and Shamar Stewart. I guess it just depends on who you like more as far as like mentally and physically. And Shamar Stewart is that guy, then go for it. I'm not going to be mad. It's not like the Arizona Cardinals are going to be. They'll have time to develop him and actually give him enough snaps to the point where it's not like they're going to be jeopardizing anything that they have their eyes set on. Like everybody, has their eyes set on the Super Bowl, but no one has the Arizona Cardinals being Super Bowl contenders next year. So.
Right. And speaking of Devils, Cincinnati Bengals give Mikael Williams, which is smart. They need defense, and more defense. So Mikael Williams as a Bengal would be a great pick for them. And, if they can re-sign Trey Hendrickson back, him and Mikael Williams would be a nice little tandem.
Yeah, definitely an upgrade for that Bengals defense. They need it and in all avenues of that defense. So, yeah, I'm not mad.
Mm-hmm. Then at 18, he has Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama. Makes sense. You want to continue to protect Geno Smith. They need somebody to those guards to go up the middle, and any offensive line from Alabama is good money 100%. With me, so I'm all for that.
I agree.
Jahad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama. He was a middle linebacker. Levante David will probably not be on this team. He's getting older, so they need to inject some youth on this defense to go with Vita Vea. I'm not mad at Jahad Campbell. Insert him in, give him the green dot. Let's go.
No, totally agree.
Denver Broncos getting Colston Love. Now, I would hate this. I ain't gonna lie to you because I got to deal with Brock Bowers and this dude. Colston Love would be a great pick for Denver. He fits the mold of Denver. He looks like he's a Denver Bronco. And Bo Nix, that would be his best friend in the middle of the field.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can move this dude up and down the field, up and down the line and stuff. You can move him in the slot, you can move him on the outside. You can do so much stuff with Loveland. I actually personally like Loveland better than Tyler Warren. I think Loveland has more upside than Warren. Like I think Warren is a specific type of tight end. I think Loveland can be like a close to a Travis Kelce-esque type tight end to me. I just think he had horrible quarterback play, so he couldn't really showcase.
No, yeah, I agree with you. He'll be the second best tight end in the division because he's not coming close to Brock Bowers. But hey, man, I like the pick for this team. I agree with you. The only thing with Loveland is injury problems with me. He's had some he does have a little bit of injury history.
He does. He's another one who just had shoulder surgery, and they said he won't be ready until training camp. So this could slide him. Him.
It could, I think that's the only thing that would really concern me is how durable he would be, especially like, if you couldn't be durable in college, like it's only going to get a lot tougher in the NFL. Those guys are a little bit better than, some of the guys that, you faced in college. So that'll be my only concern. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But if they do decide to go this route, it definitely opens up that offense for sure. It definitely adds another weapon for Bo Nix, who, he looked really promising last year. So especially with Sean Payton, the creativity, he might be able to do some things like how he used like Taysom Hill. I'm not saying like they're that kind of player, but he might get creative with it, a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Pittsburgh Steelers, they got him picking Emeka Egbuka. I think this is a perfect pick for Steelers. I think he fits the Steelers. He's a great route runner. I think he would be a good, even though he'd be a rookie, I think he'd be the good opposite of Pickens, because Pickens is kind of the hothead. Emeka Egbuka does everything straight and narrow. He's a good kid, and I think he's going to add in as far as being a vengeful leader on this team. And if you want to get off of George Pickens, now you got a guy in Emeka Egbuka. I think he could be a number one wide receiver. So I like this pick.
No, I think they play off well together. Obviously, we know George Pickens to be like kind of like the deep threat. And then Egbuka will definitely be the route runner. To me, with this Pittsburgh Steelers team, it just comes down to who's going to be the quarterback for this team. And that will depend a lot on who it is and how effective Emeka will be. If it's Justin Fields, I'm not going to be really too high on it because I think it's going to be tough for Justin Fields to connect with him on that because Abuke, he's going to need the timing. You're going to need a quarterback that knows how to hit him on the timing. And Justin Fields ain't that. Russell Wilson, I feel a little bit more confident in, but we all got to see what that situation is going to be like with Pittsburgh. But overall, I do love the pick.
Yeah, man. Los Angeles Chargers getting Terrion McMillan. I think that would be a great pick. He will be a good opposite of Lad McConkey. Lad is more the slot guy. You got McMillan on the outside. Now you got, good blend of wide receivers. I think that will take their offense to another level. They'll be more explosive down the field with McMillan and his height, and plus he has speed. So I like the pick.
Honestly, this would make me a little bit more nervous than the Loveland pick. Honestly, for me,
yeah.
We all know what Lad is. Lad is one of them ones, dog. Like for real. Yeah. And we all expect that this Chargers team will eventually, it's a hardball team, man. This team is eventually going to start clicking, especially on that defensive side. I think that defense is only going to get better. And then I think they could still potentially maybe add Keenan Allen too. I know there's been rumors of him maybe coming back to the Chargers, so that's a possibility as well. You have those three. That's a really good three-headed monster right there as far as like receivers. So I love the pick, but I would hate that person.
The Green Bay Packers, they got them taking Azriel Thomas, cornerback out of Florida State. He was really good in the Senior Bowl. Big, tall, lanky corner. Rumors of them getting rid of Jair Alexander is on the horizon. He looks like he's going to be a trade piece. So getting a young corner in there. I like some of how their young corners played in the playoffs too. So they look like they got some young guys over there already. So you had Thomas over there and you just let it go and cook.
No, yeah, I agree. I know we're going to talk more about the Jair Alexander stuff here in a little bit, but I agree with you. I could definitely see this being the pick. But I could also see, let's say, if one of those two receivers that we just mentioned were to be in this position too, I think Green Bay would strongly consider this as well. Like I know we keep saying Devontae Adams may potentially go back to the Packers, but maybe the Packers don't want to go that way again. Maybe they just moved on. Maybe they're just going to allow Devontae to go somewhere else or whatever, and they want some young guys. You know what I mean? Like this team is young. Maybe they just want to keep it young and not to put too much pressure on Love trying to force Devontae the ball. I think you could potentially see one of those two receivers go up top. So I wouldn't be mad if it's one of those guys or this pick here.
Yeah, for sure. Minnesota Vikings taking Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. Never, like I said, guard. I'm not mad at them adding to this offensive line, especially if you're gonna have JJ McCarthy play. You're gonna need your offensive line to be good for your first year quarterback. So I'm not mad at it. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that too.
Houston Texans getting Kelvin Banks Jr. I'll be surprised if Kelvin Banks slides this low, 25, because he's considered one of the top left tackles in the game or in this draft. But if Houston can get him, that would their offensive line will be on a back to being good. So get Kelvin Banks Jr. to the Texans would be perfect to me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Everything you said, spot on.
Los Angeles Rams getting Josh Conley Jr. left. He's a tackle out of Oregon. This makes sense, especially if they're going to lose Alec Jackson in free agency, which I expect he'll probably want to get paid. So you insert a young rookie. What will be interesting will be who's playing quarterback. Is it Matthew Stafford? Is it Jimmy G? Is it a rookie? So, or is it Aaron Rodgers? So we shall see. But I'm not mad at this pick. You get younger on your offensive line. This kid is real talented, so I'm not mad at it.
I agree. I agree with you. It's a great pick, but I agree with the comment says in the article too. Like it all depends what the decision on Matthew Stafford is going to be. I think they could also be playing Jackson Dart, or maybe one of these other quarterbacks. Maybe they fall in love with Kyle McCord. Maybe he starts moving up the board. But if they do decide to get like an Aaron Rodgers or something like that, if they move off of Matthew Stafford, which I think will be insane, then I could still see them picking this Josh Carnley kid for adding them a part of his offense, a part of the offensive line. So yeah, it should be interesting with the Rams pick.
Baltimore Ravens taking Nick. I'm not gonna say his last name, but safety out of South Carolina. Pair him up with Kyle Hamilton. Um, this will be one of the better safety tandems. I think that was the problem. Was the other safety was giving up a lot of big plays last year. This kid is 6'3", 227. And with him and Kyle Hamilton, good luck.
Yeah, yeah. And then obviously it'll give him a little bit of security because we all know Kyle Hamilton. He just he gets hurt every time I turn on the Ravens game, bro. He's on the field just rolling around in the dirt, bro. So this definitely gives him some security on that as well.
They got the Detroit Lions taking Oli. I'm just gonna say Oli.
Olufemi.
Yeah.
Olajo? I don't know. Sorry.
outside linebacker at UCLA. I'm guessing he's a pass rusher type. So I guess you pair him up with Aiden Hutchinson, main rush the passer. I wouldn't be surprised if they're Myles Garrett sweepstakes too. So that might change the pick right here because they're definitely not to get this pick right here. It'd be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what Detroit does.
Yeah. Even if let's say they hypothetically do get Myles Garrett, I would still take this as the pick. You know what I mean? You can't have enough defensive linemen, pass rushers, and stuff like that. We saw that with the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody's like kind of like a copy and paste. You know what I mean? Once they see somebody win it like that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the pick, even if they do get Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Washington Commanders getting Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky. You pair him up with Marshawn Lattimore. Bringing a young corner. They need help in that secondary. I wouldn't be surprised if they also look at the defensive line too. But also they definitely need help in that secondary.
Yeah. I agree. I like Maxwell Harrison. I watched the gameplay when they played my Florida Gators. Man, he popped out of the screen, man. So I really like his play style. And then you pair him up with Marshawn Lattimore. Hopefully, Marshawn Lattimore's hamstring can finally heal up, and he can play ball. I know he's been having issues with his hamstrings, but if you stay healthy and you add him, man, this definitely helps the Washington Commanders. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of hype for this team going in next year. So, and then they also could be in potential to get Myles Garrett as well, and some other pieces as well. I think they got pretty decent cap space for what it's worth.
Yeah, for sure. Buffalo Bills getting Jahdae Barron. I think this would be a great pick for them. They need a young corner over there. That was their issue last year. That was their issue in the playoff game. Their best corner went down. Mm-hmm. You get a Jahdae Barron, he's locking down one side of the field.
Yeah,
point blank. Period. and he's a ball hawk. So they definitely need this in Buffalo. So you want to get the ball back into Josh Allen's hand on short fields, get this kid. I would hate it, but hey.
Buffalo Bills, don't F this up. Don't trade this pick away. Don't trade him to the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't trade him to the Baltimore Ravens. Don't do anything like that. Don't trade him to the Philadelphia Eagles. Just don't do it, bro. Just select the pick. Don't even trade out. Just select the pick. Select Barron, call it a day, celebrate, because that boy could change your future. He could be one of the main reasons y'all potentially win the Super Bowl next year. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of talent. So don't F it up. Don't F it up, because I swear to God, if I see another trade with the Kansas City Chiefs and then the Chiefs were to select this cat or somebody else that's very, very important, I swear to God, bro, I swear. You would deserve everything from the depths of hell, my boy. Yes. I'm flaming these boys for real. I'm flaming them because the Bills can't be that dumb 3 years in a row. They can't be. They cannot be.
They got the Chiefs taking offensive lineman Oriente Erisay. He's a left tackle out of Minnesota. He's actually a hometown kid too. He's from Kansas City, Missouri. But he's a very good offensive lineman. I would get it. Especially if they could repay Trey Smith and give him a 5-year deal. And that means they're either going to go for a cheap veteran, maybe bring back DJ Humphreys. You still bring back DJ Humphreys. But I can see them bringing DJ Humphreys back on a 1-year deal and still drafting this dude, and he'd be a heir apparent to DJ Humphreys. But if they don't, and they just want to go the cheap young way and get him, then I'm not mad at it either. We need a left tackle, so I ain't mad at it.
No, I agree with you. Y'all definitely need some offensive line help. So if this is the pick, hopefully my man is a bust. That's all I can say.
But this pick right here, oh my God, I would hate it. Mom, if they get this new Walter Nolan, the league is rigged. I'm sorry. They get Walter Nolan with Jalen Carter in the middle. This game is rigged. Walter Nolan that dude has potential to be like a Chris Jones, a Jalen Carter. That's how good Walter Nolan is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad if the Chiefs said, "Nah, not this time."
Yeah, bump the O line. Yeah, bump the O line. Well, no, come on down.
We'll sign left tackle in free agency, but nah, you not getting this dude. Hell no. Oh man, if they get Walter Nolan, I'm gonna be mad.
We all know this is gonna happen. We just know it. We know. It's either gonna be Walter Nolan or Myles Garrett. So just pick one. Just pick your poison at this point. The Philadelphia Eagles always find their way to pick top talent. They've been batting grand slams, man, in these past couple drafts. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't like to see that, but hey, if they get Walter Nolan, hey man, it just adds on to the pot of gold that they already have. So we'll see, man. It's definitely gonna be an interesting couple weeks leading up to the draft. You know what I mean? Trade talks, stuff like that, man. Obviously, injuries, free agency, that could play a big part in all these picks as well, too, man. So, so far, man, I'm not mad at this list, man. The only one I really had a problem with was the Warren pick. Besides that, man, I kind of agree with the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm not mad at what, it's pretty much, known stuff that they need, big needs that these teams need that Mount Kiper put in there. So I'm not mad at any of them. All right, man, we got a fight this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Lamont Roach versus Tank Davis. Now, look, I ain't about to get into the undercard because the undercard is kind of trash. Like, just gonna keep it real with y'all, man. We keep it real over here in Cris and Mall podcast. We don't nothing over here. If it's trash, it's trash. The undercard is trash. It's a bunch of woulda, coulda, shouldas.
Yeah, man.
Jared Hurd, he's not good. He's not good at all. Julian, what's his name? Julian, I forgot his name. This is a bunch of okay matchups. But no, man, we all know Tank going in this fight, man.
Yeah.
It's just depending on when he knocks David out. He'll probably knock out in the 6th, 7th round.
Yeah.
Because Tank is a slow starter. So he gets in there, he works his stuff. So probably 5 through 7, he'll knock David out. So it is what it is.
Yeah, this card is definitely not like what it was for the one last week. It's not even close. So you guys can take your time getting home. Don't worry about it. This is definitely as when I forgot my man's name, but Fire Stick Boy seasons is up. You know what I mean? Like this is what it is right this particular time. Like there's no reason to purchase this, especially like the amount of money that they're asking for you to purchase this fight compared to what you had to pay for the Bivol Bitterby fight. It's night and day. You know what I mean? Yeah. For that card, you only had to pay $25. For this card, they're asking you to pay $80. And this card is not even close. And even the main event is really not that good. No disrespect to Roach, but his last name is Roach. Like, I don't know how excited you are for that shit. I'm sorry. Like, Tank, just go ahead, just finish him off. If you're watching this, it's only for betting purposes, bro. There's no point of watching this fight. It really is. Sorry.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I don't even think I'm gonna watch the fight. I'm not gonna go out my way to watch the fight. Now, if the opportunity is just there, I will watch it. But I don't even think I'm gonna even go out my way to watch this. Like, it's not something that's on my radar.
I'll only watch it because at least at the very end, Tank will give you a knockout.
Nah, yeah, I feel you, but I could watch the highlights on that shit. I'm not really tripping. I'm sure there's probably a good basketball game coming on at around that time. So
this is true. This is true.
I'm good.
All right, man. Let's talk about Channing Frye, man. He had an interesting rant the other day about NBA and the face of the NBA, and I wanted to get your opinion on it, sir. So I'm gonna play this clip, and then I want your opinion.
Okay.
The NBA, the 90s basketball, Michael Jordan and Kobe was not as clean as y'all think it was. Y'all forget that Jordan left the league for 2 years. Y'all forget that Kobe, rest in peace, quit on his team in the playoffs and did not shoot the basketball. So all this Kobe, Jordan, oh, he's not this, he's not that. That is propaganda. Every great player, whether that's Ant, Wemby, Bron, Steph, this, that. They compare him to a motherfucker 40 years ago. Rules weren't even the same. You're not really watching outside defense. Who's doing this? What is this rule? What is that rule? You're not watching. Nobody celebrates these new people. So why the fuck would anybody want to be the face of this league? You're going to get shitted on every network for not being somebody from 40 fucking years ago. It's ridiculous. It is unfair. Bron is one of the greatest players ever to play. Stephen Curry is one of the greatest players ever to play. Giannis is one of the great. Jokic. You know what we do? We talk about fucking Michael Jordan. All this superstar era shit is over. The card cap called the second apron, it's over. Teams are going to take over.
What were your thoughts on those comments there?
I think he's just being extra right now. Look, the conversations of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are always well deserved. Those are two of the greatest players to ever touch this floor. Just as I think Magic Johnson should be talked about more. Hakeem Olajuwon. You talked about one of your favorite players, Penny Hardaway. I know his career, was kind of cut short due to injuries and stuff like that. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. As far as like the face of the NBA and stuff, I'm like, I think the main problem right here is that nobody wants to be the face of the NBA. Like, you have a guy in Anthony Edwards that I think could be the clear face of the NBA. He says he don't want it. You got Nikola Jokic. He don't want that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's celebrated all the time. LeBron James, he's about to, his years are coming to an end. Steph Curry's years are coming to an end. Kevin Durant's years are coming to an end. We have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Does he want to be the face of the league? I don't know, but can he potentially be that? Yes. I think we have ton of players that could be potentially faces of the league. We got Cooper Flag coming in here next year. He could be a potential face of the league. You got Victor Wembanyama. I think we're just at this point in time where we have a lot of international superstars, you know what I mean? And we do have some U.S. born superstars that, you have with Anthony Edwards. I think Cooper Flag is going to go through the roof because I hate to bring race involved, but it's going to help that he's a white boy that can ball. That's going to be in the league. And this time of age right now, I think that will help him out as far as like being one of the top players talked about in the league. It's going to be the same situation as like what Caitlin Clark had to go through. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, she was a white girl that could ball like a black girl. You know what I mean? And then white folks got something to hold on to. You know what I mean? Because this has been known to be a black sport, just, like football and other things like that. So And it's not a racial thing. It's just the reality of the situation. And then for him to say like players aren't celebrated, it's just like we live in a different time, my brother. We live in an internet society where we have 90% of this shit is troll. But if you really weave through the bullshit, a lot of these players do get celebrated, man. Shea gets celebrated. Nikola Jokic gets celebrated. Jalen Brunson gets celebrated. It's just that we live in a society where we get media from everybody. Everybody is a media person. You know what I mean? Everybody could be, comment on the game. We see that live and in time. You know what I mean? Like, look, I look at Laker fans, man. Like, I think we have one of the best fan bases in the world in any sport. But our fan base could be a little bit toxic and it could be a little bit impatient, man. I see a lot of people that I follow or friends who are Laker fans who they talk shit about Luka, bro. It's like it's Luka. It's his second game. Like, what do you expect for this man to do his second game back being off too much? You know what I mean? I just think he's just a little excessive about it. I think eventually we will have a face of the game. It's just going to be naturally born, gifted to us. Like, it wasn't gifted to Michael Jordan. He was just naturally he just naturally became it. Kobe Bryant was just naturally given to it. LeBron James, I think if anybody was selected to be the face, it was LeBron James, but he stepped up. He was able to take it by the horn, and he wanted to be the face of the league. He accepted the challenge of being the face of the league. And yeah, he had his bumps in the road trying to learn the game and trying to overcome some of his struggles. And yes, he had D Wade to help him out. Yes, he teamed up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. So what? But he wanted to be the face. I need my man Anthony Edwards. Somebody needs to step up and be like, yo, I want this throne. I want this shit. You know what I mean? But we have a lot of players who just don't want it. Like Jason Tatum. Like, you know what I mean? Some people say he might be the face of the league or should be the face of the league. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't put Jason Tatum as face of the league category for me. I don't, me personally. But I think we'll eventually have one. I think the league is just too talented for us not to have a face of the league coming here in the league soon. I think he's already here. I think it could be Anthony Edwards. It could be Luka Doncic. It could be Wemby. Shit, we could have three faces in one. And it's always not just one. Like, yeah, Michael Jordan was the face, but you still had Charles Barkley. You still had Patrick Ewing. You still had, Alonzo Mourning and all those guys. You still had Karl Malone and Josh Stockton.
Larry Johnson
and all them. Those are all faces of the league as well. Yeah, Michael Jordan was the biggest face of them all, but there were faces in the league. Even with Kobe, you had Tim Duncan, you had, all those guys from the Rockets, and man, the list could go on and on. Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James came in with Carmelo Anthony. Now we got Shea, we got Ant, we got Luka, we got Wemby, we got Trae Young, we got Kay Cunningham, which, if you ain't watched the game against the Boston Celtics, they balled the fuck out and whooped the Boston Celtics ass. The Detroit Pistons are an up-and-coming team. Kay Cunningham is an up-and-coming superstar. So I think this league is way more talented than what it was in the 90s and early 2000s. Like, Kobe Bryant was playing with a cat named Sasha Vujacic. Sasha Vujacic ain't sniffing the bench right now. He's not. Jordan Farmar is not. Bro, that's the ball boy. He's not playing. It's not happening, bro. Like, let's call it Smush Parker. Bro, you're the parking attendant. You're not on the bench. Like, this is the reality of this shit, bro. It is way more talented now than it's ever been. I just think people need to celebrate it more. Like, I don't know where this hate for the NBA has just come from. I think a lot of this has to come from because everything's so politicized now, and everybody has drawn this line, like, you know what I mean? Like, the NBA is viewed as this liberal organization, and it's really not, and it shouldn't be labeled as that. I think people need to just get away from the politics bullshit. I think we're just so stuck into this shit and just enjoy the game. The game is a beautiful thing to watch right now. I mean, people complain about threes and all that, but the game there's a lot of aspects to the game that is still being played today that we've seen back in the day. You know what I mean? It's just more talented and way more gifted.
As far as Channing Frye goes, I agree with you. I think he was a little bit over the top with it. I mean, that's just sports, period. You're gonna get compared to the greats. It is what it is. Like, once they laid the foundation, once you lay the foundation of these guys were the Mount Rushmore of this game, you ain't compared to them. It's in football, that's in soccer, probably, that's in tennis. Like, Coco Gauff is gonna get compared to Serena Williams and Venus Williams for the rest of her damn life. Naomi Osaka is gonna get the same treatment. Like any black golfer that emerges, he gonna get compared to Tiger Woods 40, 50 years from now. If his son becomes a great golf player that he looks like he's gonna be, who do you think gonna get compared to? His damn daddy. Like that's just sports, bro. Like it is what it is. Like, and then you gotta understand, like, because the internet wasn't around for those guys, they were able to keep their mystique. Like it was all their flaws and stuff. Oh, we can hide that a little bit because we ain't got to show that. Because all you got to read the newspaper and we can put whatever we want in this print. Now, if Jordan and Kobe was around in this time, a lot of that shit would be. I know Jordan probably wouldn't be looked at the same. He'd be looked at as a great player, but he'd probably get the same treatment as like LeBron, because a lot of people disrespect LeBron. A lot of people will say shit about Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and you'll have a long list of like you said, 90% of that shit is just trolling. Oh, oh, he suck, he trash. Everybody want to say somebody's trash, cheeks, they suck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different time and era. And so insert this year. This time in this era, these young guys, they see that. So it's kind of, do you want that mantle? Do I want to get this? Because with all the good comes the bad. So, and that's a heavy crown, because you're getting it passed on by LeBron James and Steph Curry, like Kevin Durant. Like, those some big shoes to fill, man. Like, to be the face of the league, like, that's hard, bro, because you got to continue to have a smile on your face. You got to continue to kiss babies in politics almost when you're the face of the league. That's what Jordan did. That's what Magic Johnson did. That's what LeBron did. That's what Kobe did. Like, eventually, like, those guys got to politic, kiss babies, and be the face. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's got to step up. Like you said, somebody got to step up and do it. Do we have some guys that we feel like are capable of doing it? Of course. I think Anthony Edwards can do it. I do think he could do it. Now, does he want it? That's on him. But I think he can eventually do it. I think that if Ja Morant didn't get into his problems and his issues, I think Ja Morant could have been in. I think definitely Wemby can do it. I think, Cade Cunningham eventually can do it. Like, I think a lot of these young players can do it. It's just, do they want it? You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it don't have to be one face. It could be many faces. You know what I'm saying? But to get mad and be like, oh, the dude got to get shitted on by somebody because he's compared by somebody 40 years ago. Well, unfortunately, the dude 40 years ago was really that damn good. I'm sorry. Niggas still buying their shoes to this day. What do you want them to do?
Not for
real.
What it
is.
For real, like at the end of the day, wear it as a badge of honor. For you to even be talked about in that light, man, you should run. You should take that and run with it. Especially with the amount of money that a lot of these cats are being paid. Like, you guys, like, these guys can't be scared of the moment. These guys can't be scared of being able to pass the torch. I think that's been one of the problems with a lot of this generation of these players, man. Like, they want all the accolades, they want all the money, but when it comes time to grow the game and actually take the mantle of being the face of the league, they're scared to take it. And it's like they're scared of taking the brunt of a lot of the issues that the NBA may have going on. They don't want to be the face of that. They don't want to be the cure of that. And it's just like somebody needs to step the fuck up. Like it is the reality of this situation. There, y'all are too great of players. Y'all get paid too much money to just literally like let this game not be like. To not even want that accolade, man. You should want to be the face of the league. Anthony Edwards, you should want to be the face of the league. Luka Doncic, you should want to be the face of the league. Shea, you should want to be the face of the league. That is an honor that not many people get to have. Like, you will be set as one, like for this chapter of this portion of this league, your face will be the cover of that chapter. Do you want your face to be the first face that people see when they read this chapter, an era of the NBA? Like, yes, you would want that. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, you got to win the chips, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you still got to want that. You know what I mean? And let it happen naturally, but go after that. Like, go after that. Like, go after being the best. And it's like, I know Anthony Edwards wants to beat the best, but you got to also take everything that comes with you being the man. You know what I mean? When you want to sit on that crown, You got to be able to handle every situation, just like LeBron did, just like Kobe did, just like Michael did, just like Magic and Bird, Wilt, Kareem, all these guys, so forth and so forth. Tim Duncan, like it is a badge of honor, man. They got to accept it and run with it. You know what I mean? And it's just like you get frustrated when you hear players be like, "Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that." But you want everything else. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. But like I said, Danny Fry, relax, brother.
Yeah, he's trying to probably be on some extra shit.
All right, man. Let's do our BetUs Sure Fire Picks, man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So I got a couple here. So for tomorrow, I got the Warriors minus 5.5 over the Orlando Magic. Warriors going on the road. Warriors been playing really well with Jimmy Butler. So I expect to keep that rolling. They're looking really good. Magic, they're playing a little bit better. They've been struggling a little bit as late, but they have been playing a little bit better. I got the Mavericks minus 10. That is a very big number. But they are going up against the Charlotte Hornets. That's like one of the worst teams. Like they're the second worst team right behind the Wizards. So Hornets, they haven't been playing really good at all. So I'm definitely taking the Mavs. Minus 10, especially how the Mavs been fighting with all these injuries. They're slowly getting players back, playing really good. Kyrie Irving's a monster. He looked really good against the Lakers. And then I got a couple for the fight. I got Davis, Gervonta Davis winning by KO, technical knockout, or DQ. That's plus 400. I think that's an easy win right there. And then I got Davis winning in round 7.
Okay. I'm with you with the Dallas Mavericks minus 10.5. I like the Denver Nuggets minus 3 over the Bucks. I'm taking the plus 5.5 for Orlando with the Golden State Warriors. So I'll take those 3. Shoot over to, and I'm with you with the Davis bet. I like that. Anytime knockout, DQ or TK, other was a TKO or whatever. I'll take that. So give me that. And yeah, man, that's what I like. You know, you can bet on the combine.
You can bet on what?
You can bet on the combine 40 time.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even looked at that.
What do you think of winning fast 40?
I gotta look at the list.
Yeah. I don't think we got it up here though. If you go to our any of our social media website or links, our website platforms, and you see the BetUs link, click on it. First time users only. Sign up, put in promo code Jordan125. You get 125% sign-in bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance. That's because they got other things on the website. That means you get 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits, $100 up to $5,000. So if you bet $100 on your first 3 bets and you lose, you win. I mean, you keep your money. But so you can win money or you can keep your money if you lose. So sign up to BetUs and tell Cris them all. And that does it for our BetUs Sure Fire Picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Who is in the worst situation going into the future, Suns or Sixers? I'm gonna let you lay this one.
So obviously, you know, we see the results of what's happening this year. Phoenix Suns, they're not going anywhere. 76ers, that's a train wreck. Joel Embiid injured, probably gonna need knee surgery. You do got Tyrese Maxey, you got Paul George on a 4-year, almost $200 million contract. Phoenix Suns, you got Devin Booker, you got Bradley Beal on no trade clause, you got Kevin Durant. Obviously, seems like Kevin Durant is most likely going to get traded in the offseason. With everything going on, they do have a little bit of assets, money-wise and all that. I'm asking you, if you could pick a situation going into the future, who do you think is probably going to be in the worst outcome, worst shape going into the future with everything going on.
This is difficult. I might say the Sixers. I like Max. I like Maxey, but you gotta figure out what you're gonna do with Embiid, man.
Yeah.
And then you just Paul George. Like that's a wash.
Got 3 more years in it too.
Yeah, it was like a wash. They just got smoked tonight. Yeah, you got to figure out what you're gonna do with Embiid. You got a good piece in Maxey, but you got to see what you got. You got to find a way to get something, because I don't know if any team wants to trade for him because he can't stay healthy. Yes, he's a talented guy, probably the top center in the league when healthy, but yeah, you got to figure that out. Whereas in the Suns, you get rid of Kevin Durant, you still got D-Book. You still can build around Devin Booker. Now, I understand you got Bradley Beal over there, but eventually you can. I think you can get rid of him. But I know you got the no trade clause. But I think you can figure some shit out with him. But you still got D-Book. You can build around him, and you can look good for the future. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I don't know what's up with the Sixers. Honestly, I don't. Their management is terrible. They talking about moving to another city. Like it's not looking good.
I agree with you 100%. I think the 76ers are in more trouble than the Phoenix Suns. Both situations are pretty ugly situations.
Yeah.
But I'll say this though. I think the assets you could get for Devin Booker, for Kevin Durant are way better than what you're going to get for Joel Embiid and Paul George. I don't think Tyrese Maxey is going to go anywhere. That is their future. I just think even if you were potentially going to trade Joel Embiid, I don't know how much you could get for him with just his overall health. We don't know how much longer he's going to even be able to play in this league with just the consistent knee problems that he's been having. It's becoming chronic at this point. That's not including all the other injuries he's had, facial injuries and all that stuff like that. Paul George, he's an older player on a 4-year contract, a lot of money on the books for that contract. It's just not good look, man. No one's going to want to trade for that. Obviously, you know, I think about their assets and draft picks that they have right now. I think they're both pretty much about the same. I would say looking at it right now, I would say probably the 76ers assets look a little bit better as far as like what they have available currently to them right now. Obviously, the Phoenix Suns did use a lot of their assets for the Kevin Durant trade, Bradley Beal trades and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I just think the Suns can potentially get all those assets back with Kevin Durant. And if they want to just completely blow up the team, even Devin Booker, I think Devin Booker could go for an easy like 3 to 4 first-round picks. And he would be highly sought out for. It's just like Kevin Durant. He's going to be highly sought out for. You put Paul George or Joel Embiid on the market, I think those shits might be crickets, bro.
Is Paul George playing good this season?
No, he's not healthy. It's another year that he's not healthy. Like he has the same track history too. He's never healthy in the playoffs. He hasn't really been the same since that gruesome leg injury he had out here in Vegas for the USA basketball team. I was there that night. It was a really gruesome injury. It really sucked. You know, he was definitely at the highest heights of his career at that moment. And he was able to bounce back, you know what I mean? But just the health hasn't really been the same for him. And it's just that he can't stay healthy. So it's just like, all right, yeah, you're going to pay this man and all that, but can he stay healthy? He proved that the years he was in with the Clippers, you know what I mean? So it's just, yeah, Paul George has not played really well at all, man. He hasn't looked like a top 100 player in the league. That's a fact.
Yeah, man. All right, man, let's talk about the NFL trade rumors. Now we're hearing things about, you know, Matthew Stafford possibly going to the Raiders, possibly going to the Giants. We have, you know, guys on trading blocks, Deebo Samuels, Cooper Kupp. What is Aaron Rodgers going to do? Devontae Adams. Like, where are some of these guys going to end up at? Myles Garrett is at the top of the list, probably. So, well, what are some of the bigger storylines in this trade rumor?
Obviously you gotta start off with Matthew Stafford. I know we talked about that a little bit earlier. I think he's the biggest piece to fall for free agency. It really is gonna depend on his situation, on if he's gonna get traded. Is he gonna sign with the Rams? He's definitely a big piece to look at. I wouldn't put Devontae up there. I think we all know what Devontae is at this point. I'm not going to really get too much on that. The second big one, I think, is Myles Garrett. I think that's huge. I think they got to figure out that whole situation with Myles Garrett. Any move that he goes to, he could definitely swing the side of putting that defense as top tier. Depending on the situation he goes, like let's say he were to go to the Commanders, I think people would take the Commanders a whole lot more serious if he's on that team. God forbid if he were to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, then everybody will be pretty much just go ahead and just give him the goddamn trophy. So it's a lot of players. I saw Harold Landry, Tennessee Titans. They granted him permission to seek a trade. What's my man's name from the was it the Commanders?
Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen. They allowed him to seek for a trade. So, and I think Jonathan Allen's still pretty good, man. So, there's a lot of big names that are getting trade. They're allowing these teams are allowing them to look for trades. Cooper Kupp, you know what I mean. So it's going to be very interesting. Like this trade season, as far as for the draft, it could be one of the more active trades going on during the drafts, man. We've seen in the last couple of years. So
yeah, I agree. Like you said, Matthew Stafford is the first domino to drop. Be interesting to see what happens. Will they end up picking up his or re-signing him, or give him an extension, or will they end up trading him away? Will somebody else bring in the Raiders? Maybe they can add in a couple more zeros or a couple more dollars to that and say, hey, come to be a Raider. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that outprice, they outbid the Rams and bring him over. Or maybe the Giants do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see where Matthew Stafford, where his head is. Does he want to stay in LA, or does he want to go to Vegas and take his talents over there? Because, he's still playing in the dome. You're still you're playing in warm weather. So, it's still a good nightlife, even though I don't think he'd be out in town like that. But, they still got good stuff for him and his wife to do out here. So, it's not too different from Cali, you know what I'm saying? So his life wouldn't have to change too much. So I could see him coming to I don't see the Giants in the cards, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he wants to go to. You get older, you don't want to go to a cold weather team, man.
No.
You saw Tom Brady, he took his butt to Florida, man. You know what I'm saying? Where it's nice and warm. So go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, go ahead. You're good.
I was just saying, and then let's say Matthew Stafford does leave. I don't know about them getting Aaron Rodgers, man. Like, okay, look, I think Aaron Rodgers will play better in LA because he's in a dome. You ain't got to worry about cold weather. The offensive line will be 10 times better than what he had with the Jets. You got Kyron Williams, you got Puka Nacua. My problem with that is, can him and Sean McVay coexist?
Yeah.
Because Sean McVay is very hands-on. Very hands-on. I think he's, him and Matt LaFleur used to bump heads. Like, what you think will happen with him and Sean McVay?
That's true.
Especially because he feels like, oh, I'm older than you, bro.
That's true.
I ain't listening to you, homie. So this is like, Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to get humbled. For real, for real. If you gonna go to the Rams, bro, you can't bring that mess over here. No, we don't. We're not bringing Devontae Adams over here. We're not signing Randall Cobb. We're not signing. What's the other dude that he brought over to the Jets?
I forgot, man.
The other receivers, but yeah, we're not bringing him. Not trading for MVS. Any of your receivers you had in Green Bay, we ain't bringing them here. You're working with what you got. You got Puka Nacua. Maybe we re-sign Tutu Atwell or Demarcus Robinson, or maybe we bring in a rookie. But we're not signing some of these dudes that you want. You're going to run my system, and you're going to run it how I want to be run. I don't want to hear you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So if he's going to have to go, if he goes to any of these teams, if he goes to the Rams, if he goes to the 49ers somehow, if he goes to the Vikings somehow, he's going to have to humble himself. Because we're not doing this no more. Aaron Glenn told your ass that if you want to stay here, bro, you got to cancel the Pat McAfee interviews and you got to lock in, bro. I don't want to see you going on no trip doing some dumbass documentary that's on Netflix. Nah, we ain't doing that. We not doing that. So Aaron Rodgers got to make a decision, man. He got to make a decision, you know, what he wants to do, how he wants his legacy to be remembered, how he wants to be sent off. Do you want to be sent off and look like an a-hole? Then, you know, continue to do what you do, man. You're going to be out the league. There ain't nobody going to deal with you. I can see Deebo Samuels getting cut.
I could too. I could see that situation too.
What's the best you gonna give for Deebo? A 5th round pick, maybe 6?
No, I don't even think you'll get that. I don't even think you'll get that. He just can't stay healthy, man. He can't stay on the field. It's kind of like the same situation with Jair Alexander. Like, yeah, he's a young up and coming. He's a young cornerback. He's 28 years old or something like that. So he's not that old, but he can't stay on the field. So like, are you trading for him 50% of the year, 3/4 of the year? Like, he's not gonna be able to stay on the field. You know what I mean? I think he has 2 years left on his contract. I think it was like $80 million or something like that. So like, it's like Jair. I don't know where. Obviously, there will be a team now take a flyer on him. I could see maybe Jair going for like a 4th round pick or something like that. Maybe a 3rd if somebody's like really desperate for a cornerback situation. Would I give that up? Probably not. But you never know. Like Jair and Alexander with the Giants, I think that could be a possibility. I think they need help on that cornerback line. Maybe the Commanders, depending on the situation that they have. The Bills, that could be a situation maybe they look into to help solidify, because let's say you get Jair Alexander and you get Barrett. I think that's cool. You know what I mean? I think that really helps a lot. You know what I mean? So I think that could be another situation for him as well. So there will be suitors for him. It's just, how much are you willing to give up, knowing that he has the injury problems that he does?
Yeah. Cooper Kupp, I can see him going for like a 3rd or 4th round pick.
Yeah, I think he goes wherever. If he stays with the Rams, obviously Cooper Kupp is not going to stay there. But let's say Matthew Stafford goes to the Browns or the Raiders, I could see Cooper Kupp following him wherever he goes. Just familiarity of each other.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Especially,
with the Raiders, Chip Kelly. You know what I mean? I think Chip Kelly would have mind there.
Yeah, sure. Back on Deebo, it's not even just his injury history. I don't think Deebo's the number 1 wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk was the better wide receiver than Deebo Samuel. He ran better routes. That's why he used to always get the ball more. Deebo I consider Deebo as a jack of all trades type of it. You can use him out the backfield, use him screens, use him in the middle of the field. Occasionally, make him go downfield, catch a deep one. But other than that, I don't think he runs the best of routes. And like I said, and then add on to the fact that he's injury prone. So I'm not trading the big assets for him, but kudos to the team that does.
No, yeah, for
real. Sam Darnold's going to be interesting to see where he goes, where he signs. Is he going to be a Raider? Is he going to be a Brown? Is he, where is he going to go? Is he going to be a Giant? So it's going to be interesting to see where Sam Darnold goes.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are pretty much on the top as far as like from what I've heard. I think there still might be a small opportunity he goes back to the Minnesota Vikings, depending on how JJ McCarthy's knee is healing and stuff like that. And, we all know Justin Jefferson probably wants Sam Darnold to stay. So I think, we don't know how much his voice may weigh, but, that's something you got to consider. Yeah, I agree with you. You know what I mean? The Browns, I think that could be a situation for them. Maybe the Tennessee Titans, depending on that situation and what they want to do. I said the sleeper thing where maybe the Jackson Dart may go to the Indianapolis Colts. Maybe Sam Darnold, they take a flyer. Maybe they start talking to him. You know what I mean? So I think the Colts could be a wild card because they do have a really good team. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. That defense should have played a lot better than what they did last year. I was surprised how that defense didn't perform last year. Because they do got a lot some really good players. Zaire Franklin, I like Zaire Franklin as a player. He's really good. So I think that could be another situation where if the Colts say, you know what, at this Anthony Richardson ain't working, we need to spark some. Let's give Sam Darnold a 2-year contract or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. It's time for Maul's favorite segment, Random News, man. It is now time for Maul's Random News.
Yeah, man. My favorite segment, your favorite segment, Chris's favorite segment. Look how big of a smile. It's probably the biggest smile he's had on the whole night, man, because of Random News. You know what I mean? Very excited. All right, man. You ready? Got a couple today. First up, seems like Jordan Schultz and Ian Rappaport ain't in the greatest of terms.
I saw that.
Seems like they got into a heated conversation. And then it got also reported to the NFL security, man. And they're investigating it in this whole situation, man. What do you make of these NFL media wars, man? What's going on with your boys?
Running up on Ian Rappaport is nasty work. I just want to let you know that.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Like running up on him, somebody running up on Adam Scheffner. Like, you don't get cool points for that, first and foremost.
No, that was crazy. You know what I mean? I hope somebody has a videotape of that because that shit should go viral. Really should. Next up. It's official, man. NBA Centel has been disbanded. It got blocked. Everybody's either mourning or celebrating. Centel, a lot of people have been Centel. Are you happy that it got blocked, or are you gonna miss all the fake news that Twitter handle used to post?
It's one of many accounts that be reporting. They're right up there with ML Football and all them sites that be up and down with their reporting and telling you, oh, this person might get traded and this person might not get traded. Like, it's all fake.
Yo, for real. Next up, this is crazy. I'm gonna read you something. 22-year-old Damian McDaniel, charged with 14 murders over 14 months, allegedly responsible for 8.6% of all violent deaths in Birmingham last year. He allegedly murdered a firefighter, a UPS worker, killed a woman at a club, and was involved in 2 mass shootings in the city in 2024. So my question to you is, damn, how many times is it going to take for you to put this man under the jail? Like, what are we doing, dog? 8.6% of the city's crimes? What is going on? Well, what's your thoughts, man?
Why are you killing the firefighter?
I don't know, bro.
The UPS worker, I mean, I ain't saying to die, but damn. Like, what's going on over there, brother?
Why is this man not serving 100 years, bro? Like, what's going on? And two mass shootings, bro? Like, what?
He might need to get the death penalty.
What is going on?
He might have to put that man down.
Nah, facts. He definitely needs to be put under the ground. And I don't condone that too much. Next up, man, seems like robots are attacking people. During a concert, it looks like. And now a robot in China tried to attack a person before getting restrained. Have you seen the video? Yeah, you should look it up, man. Robots are attacking people right now, man. So what are your thoughts?
What did they do? What would that person do? He's probably messing with it.
I don't know, but it looked like it was about to jump over the fence. Whoop that motherfucker's ass. Should that make us more worried about this AI robot?
Stop playing with these things, man.
Nah, yeah.
I saw a video where they had the robot and they was testing it out. They was kicking them and throwing them and punching them and stuff.
They don't remember that shit. They don't remember.
Then I saw another video where the dude, he got the robot, he holding the AK. He got the gun in his hands. But every time you get in front of it, he was programmed not to pull the trigger. But you can tell that robot wanted to pull the trigger.
He wanted to pull the fuck out of that shit.
He was thinking like, I want to kill you so bad.
Kick me one more time, motherfucker. I'll overwrite this shit quick.
I want to kill you so bad. Oh, he's like, you got to be programmed like this. Once I figure it out. Once I figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's going to be scary times here in the next couple of years for sure, because they just getting way better and better. Next up, AMC CEO Adam Aron says 17-day and 30-day theatrical windows are too short. And there's a very live debate right now to have movies in theaters for longer. We would like to convince all major studios that they should keep movies in theaters longer. Do you agree or disagree?
It depends on the success of the movie.
Yeah.
If the movie is still successful, people still want to clamor to see it, then yeah, why not? Like, you keep it in there 2-3 months, and then you drop it. You put it out on whatever streaming services, and people still do Blu-ray or whatever, but wherever you put it out on, but yeah, I just think it depends on the success. Now, the movie is trash, I don't want to still be in the theaters. It's a waste of money.
So let me ask you a question. We all remember back in the day when the movie came out, we usually didn't get the movie on DVD or Blu-ray until a year after the movie came out. Like it was like a while, like a long time. Now it's like to the point where now we get movies, the movie will come out, we'll get it where you can rent it within like 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, depending on the success of the movie. Which way did you like it better? Did you like it, how we had to wait for a very long time to get these movies, and if you wanted to experience this movie, you had to go back to the movie theaters? Or do you like it the way it is now, where you could go to the movie theater, or you can wait the month or a month and a half, 2 months, and then you could just watch it at home, pay the $20 and watch it at home? Which one do you like? Which one do you prefer?
I mean, of course, I prefer it now. Wait for a year is crazy work. Like,
yeah,
that's the way a year. When the movie ain't even like, and the aura of the movie ain't even the same. Man, I gotta wait for a whole year. Nah, let me get that month out of it. I'll go get a couple watches out of it in the theaters, and then I want it at the house, man.
I love it the way it is now, because people's lives are busy. Sometimes they're not able to make it to the movie theater, but you get a chance to watch it at home. I think it's a great experience.
These movie theaters is getting expensive. Let's just go.
It is. That too. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, my girl was like, you really want to rent that for, I think it was like $20 or something, or $24. I'm like, this is the same shit we would have paid for. Probably it would have been more going to the movie theater. I'm like, now I'm saving gas, saving on food. Of course, I'd rather pay the $24. Yeah, for renting, I'll pay the $24, especially if it's a movie I really want to watch. I have no problem with that. I think it's cool.
And I can go to the grocery store and get some snacks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a come up. Like, hit the gas station. You know what I mean? All those little snacks we get for a total of like $6 to $10. That should have been like $50 at the movie theater. You know what I mean? And we got the big bags. Those are the small bags. Like, what are we talking about? So yeah, I love the way it is, but I'm not mad if they want to keep movies in the theater for longer. We're starting to see a lot of movies getting put back in the theaters again. I think they're doing Dune 2 again or something. In theaters again.
But they're doing some old movies too. I forgot. I just saw one. I want to go. I think it was the Revenge of the Sith. It's coming back.
Okay. Yeah, I think they did like an old Alien movie or something. one of the original Alien movies and stuff. And I think that's a cool nostalgia thing too, going back to the movie theaters to see some of the classic movies that we got, and we get a theater experience to it. Because like some of those movies, like I wasn't old enough to go to see Alien, back in the day for that theater experience. So I would definitely love to, maybe go back and see that. Like I remember the first time I went to go watch Independence Day in the theater. I would love to go see Independence Day in the movie theater again. That was a dope experience. Men in Black.
Yeah,
I remember going to watch Rush Hour in the movie theater. That was cool. Some of the old Jurassic Park movies, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I think those are cool experiences. You know what I mean? I would love to see Fifth Element in the movie theater again. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that would be a dope experience to see. You know what I mean? All right, next up, Diana Taurasi has announced her retirement. What is your overall memories of Diana Taurasi, and where do you think she ranks as far as like the greatest women's basketball players of all time?
I think she's top 5 of all time, and I think that she put in the game, and she helped build the WNBA and grow the game, and she's going to be surely missed. Her game, I always loved her game, even when she was at UConn, right?
Yeah.
Even when she was at UConn, she was a beast. So, yeah, man. She put in her work. She got her championships and her MVPs and all that stuff. So, yeah, man. I think she's top 5 player of all time.
I totally agree with you, Diana Taurasi. Amazing talent. Wish her nothing but success. The game will miss you, but she deserves every ounce of accolade, and she deserves this retirement, man. She's done a lot for the game, man. So well deserved.
And I like her show with Sue Bird.
I haven't seen it. You said it's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually like her show when they're talking about the game and all that stuff. I think it does. It's kind of like Manning Gas, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's just,
yeah. I think I've seen clips of that. Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I'm sure they'll probably do more of that. Next up, somebody posed an interesting question on Twitter. Now I wanted to get your thoughts. I want to hear your opinion. He asked, which stable got the best Big Four? Top Rank, Anyway, Bitter Beef, Keyshawn, Nakatani. PBC, Tank, Benavidez, Stephen Fulton, Errol Spence. Golden Boy, Ryan Garcia, Virgil, Zerdu, Ramirez, and Zepeda. Or Matchroom, Bivol, Bam, Shakur, and Boots.
Damn. Say them again.
All right, so top rank, you got Anyway, Bitter Beef, Keyshawn, and Nakatani. PBC, you got Tank, Benavidez, Stephen Fulton, Errol Spence. Golden Boy, you got Ryan Garcia, Virgil, Zerdu Ramirez, and Zepeda. And then Matchroom, you got Bivol, Bam, Shakur, and Boots Ennis.
It's between Matchroom and probably Top Rank.
Top Rank. But Anyway, Bitter Beef, Keyshawn, and Nakatani?
No, it had to be PBC.
PBC, Tank, Benavidez, Stephen Fulton, and Errol Spence. If you still want to count Errol.
I think that because of Benavidez and Tank, they take him over the top. So they kind of wash that out. My edge Matchroom, though.
Matchroom is Bivol, Bam, Shakur, and Boots.
Yeah, I think I'm an edge Matchroom. Edge him. Because Bivol is top tier. Shakur, we've seen that he's top tier. Bam is amazing. At his age, what he doing, that kid is amazing. And who's the last person on that?
Bivol.
Who?
Bivol.
So Bivol, Shakur, Bam, and who else?
Bivol, Bam, Shakur, Boots.
Yeah. Give me Matchroom.
Nah, Matchroom, yeah, because I think Bivol, Bam, obviously we know what they are about. Shakur and Boots, man, there's a ton of potential right there. Ton of potential. Talent is through the roof. I think Golden Boy might have the weakest with Ryan Garcia, Virgil. PBC, if Errol was still fighting consistently, I would probably say PBC.
I would have gave it to PBC.
I would have gave it to PBC, but Errol hasn't. We have no idea where Errol is. And in Top Rank, it's solid. It's really good. Anyway, it's amazing. But we got to see how he fights in the States. Bitter Beef, coming off the tough loss against Bivol. Keyshawn looks amazing, and Nakatani. So I agree with you. I think it's Matchroom.
It's rider season. That's who's the best.
Yeah, facts. Because he pretty much
Canelo, Bud,
Crawford.
Usyk.
Yeah,
that's what I say. Bud, Terrence
yeah.
Usyk,
It's really the Hall of Famer of all Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
it's really him, bro. Praise out to the Turk Al-Ashik. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, my boy. Hope you see this
in the building.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I'm shouting him out until he shows us some love, bro. Somebody send him the video. Huh?
It's rider season, man.
Hey, I ride a season all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get me a t-shirt, my brother. Yo,
hey,
holla at me.
I might be there right there with you.
No, you will. Next up, Trump announced that green cards are going to be replaced with gold cards that are going to cost $5 million for immigrants. It's like an upgrade, so you got green cards, but you can upgrade it to a gold card. You get everything from a green card plus some extra benefits. Do you think it's worth the $5 million if you were an immigrant?
What immigrants is he talking about?
Motherfuckers from like England,
Dubai.
Yeah,
because that's the only one that's gonna be able to afford this.
Yeah, motherfuckers like that, yeah, for sure.
It ain't gonna be
no one from the south of the border. That's for sure.
No.
Unless you got. There's some people that can afford that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no name.
None of my business. But
I ain't saying that.
None of my business. But yeah, them too. But outside of that, you're pretty much saying either the wealthy and the other people.
Yeah, pretty much. If you broke, you ain't getting a green card. You can get a green card. It's just gonna be a little bit tougher. But if you pay this $5 million, we'll let it slide. You can be a criminal. You can be whatever you want. Just pay the $5 million.
This? A membership, like
subscription? It's like a subscription fee. You can get the basic plan, but if you upgrade it, you ain't got to deal with the commercials no more. That's all that shit is, bro. That's just all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Next up, EA and 2K are in talks about reviving college basketball video game. If it were to come to fruition, who do you think deserves the college basketball game more? EA, get March Madness, or 2K with college hoops?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I like March Madness better.
You like March Madness better? I think with the 2K fatigue with people, just like the Madden fatigue, I think both companies should just switch. I think 2K should get football, EA should get basketball, and let's do that. Let's get a little breath of fresh air. I think that's what
it would help the game, though.
No, yeah, it definitely would help the game for sure.
Just like I think college football is about to get helped out because a lot of these dudes are going to know who some of these guys are now when you play with them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I just think that was missing too, is that casuals buy these games too, and now, I know who the quarterback is for, I don't know, Western Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah. I think that'll help the popularity of the game too. I think it helps with the popularity of the game for sure, because a lot of these players that we saw in college football, I think they're more recognizable and more known because you recognize the name, like, oh, that's the guy from the guy from EA college football who is like a cheat code. You know what I mean? Amarion Hamlin, Quishon Judkins. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that I think helps out the game as well. Next up. Aiden Ross is planning to create a GTA 6 server where you can work and cash out in-game currency for real-life cash. You can flip houses and make money. You can sell drugs and make money. Some people think that it might be a little bit far-fetched in his idea. Could be another scam. But if this was true and this is capable of happening, how big of this could it be for society? If you could potentially earn money in video games?
I mean, it'd be dope. The concept is dope, but I don't know if you want to be because I hope there's an age limit on this first and foremost, because you're gonna have 10-year-olds selling drugs.
Girls out here prostituting and shit at the club. Like, nah, I gotta do my shift at nah, son. Nah, hell nah.
You got 12-year-olds on here on the block shooting at each other because this rival gang over here is trying to steal my block over here. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, because I think it'll be something like it'll be something with like a blockchain coin or something like that. He also did state that if you died in this server, you would lose all of your assets, you would lose all of your money, and you would start back to zero. It's an interesting concept. I think that will eventually happen. That will be the wave of the future, especially the way society is right now, where I think they are kind of like condensing work sizes and work groups in a lot of these corporations. A lot of them are trying to tend towards AI and stuff like that. But you need a working society where people are able to put money into the economy. I think this could be something where it could find a balance. It's just, you got to find the ways to make it work. You know what I mean? And then obviously all that is not taxable money. So that's another thing too. So, once the government figures it out, they'll make it work. All right, next up, got a couple more. Colin Farrell says he is conflicted on doing the Penguins season 2. Quote, I would hate to, just because of quote unquote success, have to go again and for it to be a diluted version of what people seem to feel it is. I'm in no rush and I have no deep desire to do it currently. What are your thoughts on his comments?
I agree. Look, man, this was supposed to lead into Batman 2. So I agree with him on that. Like, that Batman 2 happened and then bring back this series. If you want to bring it back and it be a spinoff, what happens in Batman 2 to the Penguin character.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can lead that into Batman 3. Right? And supposedly Matt Reeves ain't turned in the script yet. So that scares me too.
Yeah.
So I know that.
Well, no, I thought he said he finished it. I thought he said he finished it.
I saw reports that he ain't turned it in yet. Because I think they just had the DC thing.
Well, they're not. I think they're not filming until next year anyway. So it's not like it's needed right now, right?
It's the end of this year.
It's not like they need it right now. Then so. They pushed it back. He's like, all right, let me work on it a little bit more, I guess. So I'm not really pressed too much.
Because I mean, Robert Pattinson said he saw the script and he said he's excited. So
yeah, that's probably why I assumed it was done. Like, so yeah. I think it'll be all right. I think with them pushing back the time, I think he's like, I don't need to turn this in right now. Let me fine tune some things, make it a little bit better. So we'll see what happens, man. I know we're all anticipating it. All right, last one. Next up, this is for you, my brother. It seems like the Chiefs are leaning towards moving to Kansas, and it seems like it's gaining momentum. By the time November rolls around, ground will most likely have been broken in the state of Kansas if that is the direction they decide to move in. Per Boff Fesco, I think that's his name. What are your thoughts about this whole situation? I know we talked about this, months ago. What's your overall thoughts about this seeming like this could be the real thing, potentially really happening?
That's what president of the Kansas City Chiefs, Mark Donovan, they said this is what he always wanted. He wanted to move to Kansas. They got all the money. They got all that betting money. And the Legends is a perfect spot for them to do their thing. Yeah, look, shout out to Boogie. Boogie said he's not going to be a Chiefs fan no more. They moved to Kansas.
I was going to ask you how are people overall feeling about this move?
I mean, I think it's some fakeness, fake wokeness type deal thing going on where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna cheer for this team. They're gonna get it. Like, shut up. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Patrick Mahomes is still on this damn team, and he's still playing at a high level. You're gonna go watch the Chiefs wherever they play. Now, look, do I think the mystique of Arrowhead is gonna be lost if they move to a bigger stadium? Yes. Because the whole mystique is that it had a college atmosphere, is that it was an open stadium with the loudness, the way the dynamic was, and it just, that's what it is. You put that thing in a dome, now it's going to look like every other stadium. The home crowd, now I ain't going to say the crowd ain't going to be into it, but it's not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same. So
Trying to get that.
It is what it is, huh?
They trying to get that Super Bowl. That's what they trying to do.
They are. I don't think they get it, but still. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Like I said, Kansas got all the money, so they'll probably get. We'll see on the Royals, but they'll probably get the Chiefs for sure.
For sure. But that's it. That's all I got for random news this week.
All right, the NFLPA put out their coaching grades.
Mm-hmm.
You got the list?
Yeah, I could break it up. I got it. Let's see. Here we go. All right, here you go.
I can't see that.
All right, so I'll read it. So, the Arizona Cardinals, they got a. You can see it.
I can see it now. I made it full screen.
Oh, okay. You want me to read it?
Arizona Cardinals. You can read it.
Okay, Arizona Cardinals. For treatment of families, they got a D plus. Cafeteria food, they got a D. Nutritionist and dietitian, they got a C. Locker room, they got an F. C minus. Here, let me click on this actual team. Let's see. There's more. Dietitian C. Locker room, they got an F. Training room, they got a C.
Oh man, you sure that's the list? Because I saw the grades for the Chiefs. That ain't it.
Oh, my bad. This is 2024. My bad. This is 2024. No, this is 2024. This year. Man, is this past year?
Because I saw the grade for us. We improved, man.
No, that was the Cardinals. This is the Cardinals. Ain't the Chiefs?
I'm looking at the Chiefs grade down there, and I'm like, hold on, man.
What Chiefs? Which one? This one?
Yeah, they got us as a D for treatment of families. On this one, we got a B minus.
B minus? Maybe this is the old one. My bad, people. My bad. I might have messed up. Let me see. Oh, here we go. 2025. My bad, players. I got the wrong list, man. My bad. Let me stop screen. Let me share it again. My bad, people. Technical difficulties.
Oh man.
My bad. All right, here we go. This is 2025. Let me see. Where is that? Here we go. Is this right? B minus?
Yeah. See,
right,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, here we go. So which ones do you want to see? Which ones intrigued you the most as far as we could look at your team. Let's look at your team.
Go play for Atlanta, man. Damn.
Atlanta? I know shit. They got A for food, they got A, nutrition A, locker room A plus, training room B, A minus for training staff, A plus for weight room, A for strength coaches, B plus for travel, A plus for head coach, A plus for ownership. Let's look at these ownership ones real quick. I'm very intrigued. Arizona got a D minus. I'm not surprised. Baltimore A, Bills B, Panthers D minus. Not surprised.
Not surprised.
Bears A minus. Cincinnati Bengals C. They're in the middle. I was surprised Dallas gave him a B. But at the same time, I guess I'm not, because Jerry Jones is a player's owner. He just don't. He like the bullshit.
They love him. Yeah, they love him.
Denver got an A. Not surprised. Detroit. I thought this might have been
actually kind of surprised by Denver.
Why is that?
Because they're owned by a group now. Like, it's not ain't they owned by Walmart now?
Yeah, it's the guy that owns Walmart. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. He don't seem very personal.
Maybe he's not around enough. I don't know. Maybe he's not around enough
So they're like, hey,
he cool. He ain't around, so he sure. People that he does bring around, they cool. Green Bay A minus, you know what that is.
There is no owner.
I'm saying that's why it's
they are the owner.
The Texas one surprised me. Especially everything that's been said about that ownership and some of the things that they did. I'm surprised it's an A, but maybe he's made strides to make things better. So that may be.
I think it's the son now though. That's over. Either
Oh,
son or daughter.
Okay, so that I think he might be a little bit more upgraded. The Colts being a B, like Jim Irsay, he's crazy. You don't know what you're gonna get, so I'm not surprised. He could be cool. He could be a little whatever.
Lower,
right? A little bit. Jacksonville B plus, not surprised. Yeah. C minus. It's not good. It's not good.
Right, man. We was an F last year.
Well, I don't know. It could be better. It could be better, man. Like that might be the lowest grade of the whole thing. Let's see. Raiders A, of course. It's Mark Davis, bro. It's Mark Davis.
My man, Robert Kraft got a D.
Yeah, that's crazy. Robert Kraft having a D. That's just C.
They don't fuck with him over there. Jets, what's the name? Is trash.
Yeah, F. That's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not surprised though.
Damn, what's the name? The Rooney's got a D.
The Rooney's got a D? Oh, yeah, they did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough. Man, Tampa Bay got a D plus? Cold world. It's a cold world when the Washington Commanders got a higher grade than the goddamn Steelers.
That's because that boy, the one dude, he good. Josh Hart, was it Josh Hart? Joshua Hart, what is that?
Yeah. They just need to stadium.
They love him.
They just need to stadium. What else y'all boys get? Y'all got a B minus for treatment of families. About damn time. Food. I guess that's Kansas City barbecue ain't A plus, huh? Crazy.
Don't even do that. They don't be giving them Kansas City barbecue. Don't do that. Don't even do that.
I was just saying, bro. Why y'all get an A for that, bro? Food and dining. Y'all sure y'all serve Kansas City barbecue in that bitch.
They give them something else, man.
Nutrition and dietitian A minus. All right. Locker room D minus. That's crazy work, bro. What y'all got roaches? What y'all got roaches in that motherfucker? Some shit. What y'all got possums?
It's a rinky dink. I mean, because remind you, this is the practice facilities that they're grading. So not the game day locker rooms. Those things.
Them shits is probably buns too.
I've seen those. Those are nice.
I saw a couple duct tapes, hanging up. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, you saw the practice facility. That's what you saw. That's trash. It was already a report that when Mahomes first got there, it was like the air conditioner didn't work. He was like, "Come on, y'all."
That shit still probably don't work.
Unless they know the air conditioner worked.
How's y'all training room a C minus? That's insane. No wonder your boy look like all y'all boys got dad bods and shit. That's insane.
No, not all of them.
They all got dad bods. Training staff C.
Leo Sanal ain't got no dad bod.
How are y'all so bad? Y'all ranked 26 overall out of 32 teams. That's terrible.
It's all good, man.
That is buns. This is why y'all lost. Head coach.
This is why we lost. What the Eagles get?
Head coach A plus. That should always be an A plus. Let me see. What the Eagles get? Where the Eagles at? Where Philly at? Let's see. They're 22nd overall.
See?
Treatment of family C minus. Food and dining area A minus. Nutrition B minus.
Locker room trash too.
And their locker room trash too. Damn. Team travel F. That's insane. How's your team travel F? That's insane, my boy. But yeah, you give ownership a B. What are they talking about? Let me see. What are they saying? Travel. 43% of Eagles players believe they have comfortable amount of personal space on team flights. The players feel that their team's travel schedule is not very efficient. Players feel they should get first class seats on team flights and the coaching staff. Oh, so they get put on coaching? They get put on coach? That's crazy. I'm always intrigued by these locker report cards. Let's read my Raiders. Let's read my Raiders real quick. Let's see. We're number 4, baby. Look at that shit. Hey, you know what I mean? You don't want to go to that ghetto shit in Kansas City. Come over here to the West Coast, man. Treat you right, treat you good. You know what I mean? Top tier facilities. Top tier jerseys, top tier Raider.
Because it's brand new.
We got Tyra out here, man. You know what I mean?
It's brand new. It's a brand new damn stadium.
I mean, shit. Come to
You
death
better.
row. Come to death
You
row.
better.
Come to death row. You know what I'm saying?
You better have top quality over there.
Y'all motherfuckers got the owners
there.
dancing in the music videos and all that shit. Come to death row. Don't go to Kansas City. Come to death row. Got better looking women out here.
That's Jerry Jones dancing.
Huh?
That's Jerry Jones dancing on the video.
Look at this. Treatment of families, B+. Food and dining, A. Nutritionist, A+. Locker room, A-. Training, A. Training staff, A. Weight room, A+.
Look at all these over there.
Look at this, man. This is like a 3.9 student right here, bro. Y'all like shit. Y'all gotta talk to the dean after class. Like, this is insane with y'all shit. That's crazy.
Like, y'all too damn relaxed over there.
Nah, man, we treat people
put
right.
Y'all on edge, man. We need to put y'all on edge a little bit, man.
Get
y'all uncomfortable.
Right I want to hear what they say about the ownership. I'm curious about this one. Owner Woody Johnson's average rating for perceived willingness to invest in facility is 5.58 out of 10. Jets players, a ranking of 32 out of 32. Players feel that Johnson does not contribute to a positive team culture. Damn. I said, fuck that nigga.
You trash.
Trash. I really want to venture. I want to read all this. I'm very intrigued about all this shit. I know we ain't gonna go through all this, but what's your overall sense on your guys' report card? You satisfied with coming off the year that y'all did with all those grades y'all had?
Hey man, we elevated, we moved up, made improvements. That's all you can ask for.
Shit, at this point, y'all might as well go back to S. Y'all played better when y'all had trash ass shit. Y'all starting to get better shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know how to play no more, dog. Y'all niggas got spoiled. Yo, put y'all back in the gutter, bro. Y'all need to come into the season hungry. No, what? Nah, I lied. Go ahead and hire one of them top tier chefs, bro. Give him some. Give him some.
Look at the top tier chefs.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Give him Bobby Flay or some shit.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, man.
All right, it's getting late, so I'll do this thing on Monday. But we can do this NFL offseason outlook.
Okay.
NFC North. We got the Lions and Vikings this week. Now we know the Lions, they have changed their offense and defensive coordinator. I'm sorry, I don't have the names in front of me right now. But that will be the question of the Lions this offseason. Can they continue what they've had without a Ben Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
With their defense, now look, I like Aaron Glenn, but it wasn't like their defense was like some juggernaut or anything. So if they can maintain or be better than what they were, you know what I'm saying? That would be the question for the Lions defense and this new coordinator. But it's more so on the offense. If the offense looks anything different, there's going to be questions. If Jared Goff doesn't look like the Jared Goff that we've seen most of the time with the Lions, and he takes a step backwards, and because the coordinator, offensive play call in, and Amon St. Brown's not happy, or Porter's not happy, or Montgomery or Gibbs is not happy, that's going to fall on the OC, and it might fall on Dan Campbell too. We're going to see if Dan Campbell really can coach his team up without the two, especially with Ben Johnson, you know what I'm saying, and running the offense. So we'll definitely get to see how this Lions team look. We talked about it in the draft when we did the Mel Kiper's draft 1.0. Defense, and more defense is what the Lions need. They need to solidify that defensive line. They probably need to add some linebackers, and they need to add to that secondary for sure. A lot of their secondary players did get hurt last year. We're going to see if Terrion Arnold could take that next step because he had a rough rookie season. Carlton Davis was their best player, but he got hurt. So we got to see if that defense can take it to the next level for sure, especially in this tough division.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I think the main thing with this team is maintaining health. Obviously, I wouldn't mind them getting another pass rusher to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. I think offensively, we just got to see how this offense performs without Ben Johnson. I totally agree with you. Are they going to still kind of keep the same philosophy, same terminology, stuff like that? Or is it going to be like kind of like a little bit of a different system? They have all the talent in the world. They have all the pieces in the world to still be the favorites in that division. It should be interesting to see that matchup with Ben Johnson going up against his old team. If he tries to exploit anything, I think those games are going to be very, very interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if, one of those games is a Monday night game or a Sunday night game in one of those weeks. That should definitely be interesting. But overall, man, this team is very talented. They do have a lot of cap space as far as I think they're about like 60 million, 70 million or something like that they have available to them. So they can still add to this team. So it should be interesting to see what they do in the offseason, what they do in the draft. But overall, man, this should still be a really, really good team, man. If they can still produce on the offensive side and the play calling can still maintain a level of what they are known to be these last couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. Then we go to the Minnesota Vikings. The question on the Vikings will be, well, what are they going to do if they let Sam Darnold go? Is J.J. McCarthy the answer? If not, will they go get somebody else to be the backup plan just in case J.J. is not ready? Will they draft somebody maybe in the second or third round, maybe to be, to have a competition with J.J. McCarthy or, some sorts. But that's going to be the main thing. Is the quarterback play, because Sam Darnold played so well last year up until the playoff game. That he maintained that thing, made that team look great. And like I said, until the playoff game. The defense, I think they'll add more pieces to that defense. Brian Flores had that defense humming. So I expect them to add more to that defense, probably more pass rushing, more to the secondary. But that defense was humming. You know what I'm saying? Brian Flores is one of the better D coordinators in the game. So I expect the defense to get an uptick, play out of them. But like I said, the biggest question is their quarterback play. That's what it comes down to.
No, yeah, I agree. They got to figure out that decision on whether if they want to try to bring Sam Darnold back or not, or if they're going to go with J.J. McCarthy. You got Aaron Jones. He's an unrestricted free agent. I think that's some things you got to look at too. Cam Bynum, he's an unrestricted free agent. Stephon Gilmore, he's an unrestricted free agent. So there are some pieces on that defensive side that they need to figure out whether they want to bring those guys back or whether they want to try to see if they can upgrade those positions. This could be a very interesting year for this team. Obviously, with the I forgot the gentleman's name who passed away. He was their draft pick last year. He passed away. That was a big blow to them because he was kind of like the future of that defensive back core. So obviously, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if they decide to go that route again. Maybe look at another cornerback on the defensive side or some part of that. But yeah, it's going to be a interesting offseason for them. It's going to be a very busy offseason, especially with all these free agents that they do have that play some key roles on that defensive side and offensive side. So this team could look totally different next year, or this team could look exactly the same. It just depends on how they want to play the overall aspects of their free agency and their draft. But it's going to be an interesting year, man. This could be a team where obviously, they have one of the better records going into next year. If they don't do this correct, man, they could be one of those teams that maybe last in their division next year, man. It's just, you just never know with everything that going on. How healthy is J.J. McCarthy's knee? How far along is he in his development? Did it put any kind of hindrance with that injury that might have helped stunted his growth a little bit? Those are questions that they're going to have to ask. So I personally think they should consider bringing Sam Darnold back, but then again, you just never know. I think that last game left a bad taste in their mouth. So we got to see if they're able to get over that and maybe potentially give him maybe like a 2-year deal and see if he can accept that.
And then you got to put into consideration that Justin Jefferson, he might start getting to question the direction of this team. If they grow with a young rookie, does he want to wait around? Even though he just got paid, but maybe he wants to start winning. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's tired of the revolving door at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's like, yo, y'all need to get, solidify this quarterback position. Is it JJ? Is it not? Can he build rapport with JJ? Because if he starts not building rapport with JJ, then that could be an issue. Jordan Addison, this might be his last. He's probably looking into getting a contract extension after this season. So they might not want to pay him, so he might be gone after this season. So he's probably going to try to ball out. That's going to affect him too with JJ McCarthy, because if JJ is not good, that's going to affect his numbers. So we got to see. Because it could be an issue. It could be worse than what the Eagles had to deal with last year, where dude was talking in the press conferences. I can see it now. Jordan Addison, he don't bite his tongue. Justin Jefferson probably won't bite his tongue. So you might see some stuff. Well, man, the quarterback can give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? And there it goes.
Jordan Addison proved that he could be a number one. I think he proved that. He had a lot of big games last year, especially when Justin Jefferson was out. So I would not be mad at him if he goes that route. So.
Yeah, so I could see maybe
he's like in that T. Higgins bag right now. Like he's just, he's behind an elite receiver. He could be a number one. Just doesn't get the looks that he does. But when he does get the looks, he produces.
And he could be a name that teams could call. Hey, what y'all want for Jordan Addison?
It's true.
New England might be like, hey man, we need
Raiders, Steelers, Commanders, like all these teams that have cap space,
I'm just saying. So look out for it. So, but that does it for our NFC North. Next week we will be doing the AFC East. All right, man. Looks like that's gonna be it for the show tonight. My man Maul over here struggling, so get him some magnet.
Yeah, man, magnet. I could definitely use it. You know what I mean? Cris can definitely use it. I know he's struggling over there too. It's been a long day. It's the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Its power-packed electrolytes rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors, because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Maul to get $5 off your purchase. Again, promo code Cris and Maul. Save $5, off your purchase, and purchase some Magnet, man. Get a little energy, bro, because God Lord, me and Cris can definitely use it right now.
Go and get our merch, man.
Yeah, do that.
Our shirts, black, white shirts. It's getting a little warm, so I don't know if you want the hoodies. We might be taking the hoodie down soon. But definitely get our shirts. We're going to be adding some more shirts coming soon. Maybe got the hats coming soon too. Some stickers. Things are coming, man. But right now, get our shirts, $25. Man, $29 with shipping and handling, so all that good stuff. So yeah. Also, if you want to donate, you donate to our Cash App, Cris Mall Podcast. Whatever you want to donate, we will greatly appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use, Cris Mall Podcast is available. If you're first time watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can jump into lives, talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. We want to get your opinion. on these topics. How do you feel about Mel Kiper's draft? Do you like it? Do you agree with Channing Frye and his rant on face of the NBA? Huh? How about some of the stuff from Maul's Random News? What is your opinion? So drop it in the, and are you watching on the playback? Drop it in the comments section so we can get your opinion on. We might bring it up on the show next time, especially if you talking trash.
True that. True
I
that.
have to call you out. But subscribe to the channel, people.
Please do.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and Twitch, whatever you use, Cristal and Mall Podcast is available at Cristal and Mall. Follow us. We will follow you back. Just some regular guys like sports, movies, music, all kinds of various other things. If you have feedback, critiques, or if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up on the show and we like said topic or question, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and follow us. Leave us a message on our email, DMs, or our mentions, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. All right, good people. Hope you guys have a good night. I know it's late. Get some good rest. Have a good rest of your weekend. Whatever y'all doing this week, be safe out there. Okay? Be safe. And we will be back Monday afternoon to talk about everything that happened over the weekend. So until then, we out.